safari at Jodhpur. That's the Jodhpur station. The nice little engine, steam engine standing right, proud. That's one of the holies of Jodhpur. We are now in front of the Umaid Bhawan Palace, Jodhpur. That's the full view of it. That's the king's insignia. People crowding here. That's the inside of the palace. Beautiful lawn. On the lawns of the Umaid Bhawan Palace. That's the car portico. Great architecture, grand structure. That's the chandelier hanging main portico. This side is the Welcome Heritage Hotel. Those are the lovely lawns. This part is the Palace Museum, which houses different articles. used by the kings. The current king is Gaj Singh, Maharaja Gaj Singh, who is the son of Maharaja Umaid, after whom this particular palace is named. This palace was built in the year 1943 and it commemorated its 50th year in the year 1993 by grand ceremony, pictures of which are to be found in the museum. That's the entrance to the hotel, which leads inside to the main lobby, which is under the huge gumbas that you saw at the top of the structure. That's the other arm of the palace. That's a peacock on the lawn of the palace. There's the peacock. It's a huge plume of feathers. That's the other gate of the palace. That's the landscape outside the palace. We are now at the foot of the Mehrangarh Fort, which is supposed to be one of the largest forts in the country. Overlooking the fort is a view of the Jodhpur city. In the distance you can see the Umaid Bhavan Palace where we had just gone. And there in the mid-center of the city you have the clock tower. And several structures that are visible. This is probably the marketplace. There's supposed to be a lift inside the fort which takes you right up. We'll be going into that lift in a few minutes. The entrance to the fort through the Jaypole. We have just stepped into the Mehrangarh Fort. On the left is the Chhatri of Kirat Singh, who was brave Rajput who died on the battlefields. There you can read the history. This is the main entrance which leads inside the fort. That's the fort. That's the dispensary on the left. The fort. That's the old city of Jodhpur inside the walled ramparts. This was the old gate of the fort. That's the way we came in. A sharp incline which leads inside the fort. As you can see, it's a very sharp incline. Almost more than 65 degrees, I should say. That's the Royal Band celebrating our arrival at the fort. Like I said, they are celebrating our arrival at the fort. Royal Handi used for bathing. Right hand side you have the different palaces of the fort. This has now been turned into a cafe. It's called Cafe Mehran. There's another khana. That's the Mehrangarh Museum. The Palki Khana of the king. The howdahs that were put on the elephant. And the king would ride out of the palace. Hmm. These are the ones used for the elephant's ornaments. And this is the palki khana, which houses the different palkis used by the women of the family. This is one which talks about the dimensions of the palki. Somebody is admiring the floors of the room. अच्छा, আপনি কি কলকাতায় গেছেন? আচ্ছা, তো বাংলা কোথায় শিখলেন?
बांग्ला सीखनी थोड़ी थोड़ी है, सीखनी पड़ती है।
कार कास থেকে? किसके पास सीखे हैं?
ऐसे तो दोस्त आते हैं, यहाँ रहते हैं।
अच्छा, तो तलवार आप निकाल सकते हैं?
हाँ, नहीं निकालेंगे, तो भवानी है, शक्ति।
अच्छा,
काली का रूप है।
अच्छा, शुक्रिया. This is the Raj Tilak of the Maharaja Gat Singh, the present king of Jodhpur. If you remember, his father, Umaid Singh, had built the Umaid Singh Palace. These are the photographs of the Raj Tilak of the king, Maharaja Gat Singh. This is the Jal Kalash Aarti and Swasti Vachan. Nazar Nichrawal, Harish Singh ji. 4-year-old Prince Gat Singh.
This must be the one of the cars on the
That's the English nanny of the king. That's the throne on which the young prince sat during his Raj Tilak. That's the Daulat Khana. People admiring the view from the top. That's the entrance to the Daulat Khana. That's the palanquin of the Maharaja. That's the description of the sword. See 3 of them. That's the parrot-shaped sword on the top. Cosmetic box of the queen, I guess. That's the choga. The king. Manuscript. That's the king's iron kavach of the sword. Beautiful painting made by the different kinds of swords used by the king. These are the different arm guards, often help to save the king's life, as history is witness to all those strategies and stratagems that were played by the different kings and their enemies. These are the muskets. Of small daggers. Photograph of the king. A winding staircase. Leads to the top of the admiring the Rang Mahal, or the Full Mahal as it was called. Popotta gold. Is made of real gold.
80 kilo real gold. 80 kilo.
That's made of 80 kilos. Rest of it is gold meena. Intricate designs of beautiful design. This is the best one in northern India, and perhaps the second best in India. The first one being at Tipu's palace in Mysore. Scenes depicting mythology and important person from history. Rich floral designs.
थोड़ी सी ये जमाएंगे
Where the guests were entertained with the king sitting in the center. That's the view from the Rang Mahal of Jodhpur and in the courtyard. That's the skylight. Stairs leading to the ground floor, which leads to the king's inner bedroom. This is the way to the bedroom. This is the bedroom of the king. That's the bed which the king used to sleep, with a view to the city on the window. Intricate designs, quite similar to the Rang Mahal. ceiling has some balls hanging made of different colors: white, green, blue, yellow. Mural painting. Design. That's a view of the old city of Jodhpur. Shooting going on for some movie.
वो এখন দেখে আর
The indoors. That's the Munimji's place. Jhulas of the kids in the family, newborn babies. Probably this was meant for the children of the family, this particular palace. That's the Rang Mahal from this place and the inner courtyard. Here under Palm History Point. That's the meeting place. It's another of the the ruling deity of the fort. View of the outside of the palace walls. A view of the Khas Bazaar. Shops selling different artifacts of art. Performing artists. This is the place where the servants of the palace used to stay. This is just outside of the palace walls. These are the cannons on the ramparts of the fort to protect the fort from invaders. You can see large number of cannons. A panoramic view of the city of Jodhpur. Full of houses. There you can see the Umaid Bhawan Palace. That's the other side of the city. There's the clock tower. That's the cannon. The guardian of the cannon. That's the temple. At the end of the fort, presiding deity of the fort, there is a road which goes to the temple. The high wall of the fort, difficult to scale. Imagine what could have been the fate of a warrior who had tried to climb the wall in order to siege the fort. I really pity the person and his fate. That's a cannon waiting in vain for a invader. But once upon a time it did its duty, basking in the glory of that. There's a shooting going on at the foothills of this particular wall of the movie Taj Mahal. The view of Mehrangarh Palace from the Jaswanthada, and it's Jaswanthada. That's actually the memorial to Jaswant Singh, one of the earlier Maharajas of Jodhpur. That's the Ajit pole. We're now standing in front of the Hall of Heroes. He has been following me since my entry into the garden. This is the Hall of Heroes, which depicts scenes from the Puranas and the Ramayans. All mythological incidents. That's the Lord Krishna. This place houses a museum. And a watchtower. This is the Mando garden, which also, that the cemetery of some of the kings of the Rajput Gharana. Guys following me, as you can see. This structure is known as the Ek Khamba Mahal. Streams of water once used to flow down this place. These are the monuments. These are the samadhis of the rulers of Marwar. These are the temples. This is one of the houses in this garden. Mistook it for a mausoleum. Huge throng of people enjoying themselves. There are a large number of monkeys here, waiting for people to feed them with groundnuts. There you can see a mother feeding her baby. Monkeys holding a council. Court, Jodhpur. That's the premises. Standing on the road in front of the High Court. That's the Umaid Bhawan Palace at night. Calm and quiet. Not a soul around. Solitary guard on duty. Gone are the days when entrance to this palace used to be just restricted. Now it's open to anybody who can afford to eat at or stay at the Welcome Heritage Hotel. That's the Darbar Hall. And that area is the King's area now, private area. That's the way in. Everyone showing the way. The gleaming chandelier, welcoming guests.
Welcome, sir. Welcome to Bangkok Palace.
Namaste ji.
Namaste. Welcome to Bangkok Palace.
Thank you. Okay. We are now at the central dome of the palace. As you can see, the dome itself at the top is richly decorated. Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, very richly decorated. A real leopard?
Yes.
That's supposed to be a real leopard. That's the trophy bar. And just outside we have a friendly bear standing there with a bottle of 100 pipers. Excellent.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. This is the trophy bar, which is now the coffee room.
So coffee room is just outside.
Okay, this is the bar, is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Oh, it's only the bar. There you have the king's men standing with the trophies. Excellent place. All this is now maintained by Welcome?
हाँ जी.
Okay. That's the cabinet. Are those on display only or are they for
No sir,
guests?
they are only for
Display.
storage.
Okay.
Display. These are lamps which are made from elephant tail.
Okay.
Stools are made of elephant.
Those are made of elephant tail.
हाँ जी. It's
The
a tail.
lampstand.
हाँ जी. Not a lampstand. That.
These stools are made of the feet of the elephant.
Yes. Sir.
What? Sir?
आंटी यही क्या हुआ सर? हाँ जी. जो
Good fireplace with the pokers there.
all way.
That's another friend of ours standing in the corner. This is the entrance
Yes.
to the Risala restaurant.
This is a model of Mehrangarh Fort.
Oh, this is the model of the Mehrangarh Fort, a bird's eye view.
ये पुट्टे गेले ये पुट्टे गेले
It's one of the kings. It's the billiard room. That's the young prince. And that's the entrance to Risala. We are inside the Risala restaurant. There are other guests as well. That's Emperor Gat Singh, Maharaja Gat Singh. Also nice looking paintings. The unique thing about these fans are that there are two blades only. And again. It's now time to bid farewell to the king. There's the car waiting for them. Leaving the piece of heritage behind. We shall remember the day, 30th of August, when we became a part of this heritage. Wonder of wonders, it has rained in Jodhpur, it has rained in Rajasthan. Time for the peacocks to come out, the ones who were lazing in the morning in these greens. We begin our day two tour of Rajasthan. We'll soon be visiting the Sonar Killa, the famous fort of Jaisalmer, which was made immortal by Satyajit Ray in his famous movie Sonar Killa. That's the map of Rajasthan. We are staying at Mumal Tourist Bungalow, Jaisalmer. This is the place. On the left hand side we have the huts where people can stay. We'll definitely go on a visit to these huts to have a look. That's the tourist guide map of Jaisalmer. We are now at the Gajisa Lake, Jaisalmer. This lake was built by Maharaja Gadi Singh in the year 1367. This is the place. There's a folklore museum adjacent to this. People taking a boat ride on the lake. Quite a large lake, in fact. There's a temple on the left hand side.
नंदा उनको बेटा This was built as a stage for the court dancers, and the king would be sitting there with the queen over there, and that one was for the soldiers in embankment. The places around this are the temples, and this is a temple on which the Brahmins used to stand and watch the courtesans dance. This particular gateway was built by one of the prostitutes of those days, and people used to sit in those places and watch the performances. In the distance you can see the wilds of Jaisalmer. That's actually the beginning of the desert.
absolute wild. In fact, it's the desert area. The priest of the temple. He says that the film, a few scenes from the film Dhai Akshar Prem Ke of Abhishek Bachchan and Aishwarya Rai was shot here.
To build a temple. So now there is a Krishna temple on the top. So people go to the temple. So they honor it up to the temple.
This particular stone is put there to recognize significant contribution of some citizen, so that and it's put in a common place so that people visiting this area can see the deeds of that person. Here we have two foreign visitors admiring the Indian architecture. That's another view of the Gadisal lake. Remember, this lake was built in the year 1367 and it's supposed to be fed by the rainwaters alone. This year the level has gone down due to scarcity of rain in the country. In the far distance, see the desert, the shrubs. Some buildings and factory sheds. That's the view of Rajasthan. Strangely, lots of cows. See? While one would expect camels to be seen all around. Going up the hill. That's the police station. This is the Jaisalmer fort, which is named after the ruler Jaisal. It was built around the year 1150. It is also popularly called as the Sonar Killa because all houses in this place are made of yellow color, or rather colored yellow. And in the distance, against the shining sun, it looks almost like gold. That's the entrance to the fort. Inside there are around 7,000 people living